afternoon, Nana. Can I help you?
The name comes from my mom. We kind of felt it was the perfect name to kind of envelope the whole concept into, you know, Mother Nature, you know, the whole aspect of farming, agriculture.
The menu and kind of the whole feeling that we want to go for, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, is a feeling of family and warmth and comfort. And it's definitely what you would want to be served by your grandmother. And we always, you know, try to take that look at it, but also just kind of give it a little bit more of a modern twist and put our own take on dishes.
I definitely want people to leave this place knowing that they had, obviously, a good, clean meal and great food.
So, Jessica, you say that Nana is Nirvana. Tell us why you chose it.
I love Nana. It's a family-owned restaurant. They serve fresh ingredients. It's all organic, and they support local farmers, which I think is really wonderful. And I actually have had several conversations with Michelle, the hostess and part owner of the restaurant. Her and her siblings were raised upstairs, and it gives it sort of this nice background when you go in there. They talk to you a lot about their mother and their family, and the food is just wonderful. It's great.
What are your favorites to get?
Well, again, I'm gluten-free, and so a lot of times I get like the omelets and the egg dishes, and those usually come with like a side of fruit. And one thing that struck me the first time I went there is the fruit is always really like exotic and new, and I've never had it before, so that's always kind of fun. My husband will eat anything with bread. And so he gets the donuts that they make. They're like these homemade balls of dough, and they're amazing, apparently. I can't eat them, but...
Of course he tells you you're not missing anything. Nothing.
Like, yeah. And then they do this biscuits and gravy with duck gravy that's supposed to be out of this world.
So, Marcus, we know your grandmother's a huge Cubs fan. Or maybe not, but we sent you to Bridgeport. Cubs
enemy territory.
In Sox territory. What'd you think of Nana?
You know what? I was hoping, I was waiting to meet you because I wanted to thank you because that was a great brunch place for me. It's going to be in my kind of Rolodex of brunch places.
I thought you were going to say I was waiting to meet you so I could punch you.
No. I mean, the chilaquiles casserole was phenomenal. I mean, it looked like... I don't know, it didn't really look tempting, but once I bit into it, it was great. So thank you.
Yeah.
Sometimes the messiest looking food is the most delicious.
Yeah, usually at a brunch place like that, I want the Tabasco to just dump all over it. And it wasn't at the table for the second, so I started eating it. I'm like, oh my God, this has got so many flavors on so many different levels. And then the cheese that was kind of in the middle, that was like, where'd you come from? It was great. So,
good.
And I said, keep the Tabasco away. So I had some French toast, a pretty good French toast.
But you were pleasantly surprised by the Mexican influences.
Yeah, the subtle little flavors in there. I wasn't ready for that, so that kind of caught me by surprise.
Susan, what'd you think?
I loved it. When I do dine out, I look for fresh ingredients. I had heard about it, but I had never ventured that far south, so it was great. Thank you for drawing me down there.
What time of day did you go?
We went at 1:30 on a Friday, so it was a brunchy lunch. I went with my husband, and he had the chilaquiles. He loved them. He's from Mexico, and so he thought the presentation was, more of a modern take on them, because usually they're just slopped on your plate, and they're a hangover cure, supposedly, according to my husband.
That's why I ordered it.
I had the soft shell crab club sandwich. It was really good. It had the fresh heirloom tomatoes on it. It had avocado. It was really tasty. The bread was really yummy. I had a side of the Illinois sweet corn. It had some like lavender or something. It was really, really tasty. I tried my husband's chorizo, which was really tasty. The chorizo there was really good. They make these melon coolers, non-alcoholic little melon coolers. It was so yummy. I would go back there just for that and the donuts, which I didn't know about. My husband loved it because they had mezcal. Yeah. So he had a mezcal for his brunch. But
mezcal's good stuff. Now, you had a Bloody Mary, I think?
Oh, yeah. That was a good Bloody Mary. Put it up to my lips, and it almost knocked me back in my seat, and I was like, it was pretty good.
You were singing the praises of the socks.
Yeah. Put a couple more hairs on my chest. I was like, whoa, what's going
They
on
don't
with this
mess
thing?
around in Bridgeport.
No, they don't. And I'm starting to like that south side now.
So, Jessica, how would you describe the atmosphere of Nana's?
It's very warm. It's got just gorgeous architecture, these wood floors, and just every little detail they put into the table setting is really nice. The best way to describe it is very warm. Yeah.
The exposed brick and the paintings. It was
Yeah.
really nice in there.
Susan, what was the crowd like?
Crowd, it was packed.
Yeah.
It was like young professionals. It was moms with their kids. It was a group of people that looked like they were having a meeting. But it was packed.
So, Marcus, you had mentioned you keep a Rolodex of brunch places.
Yeah.
Will this be added, and who will you take next time around?
Yeah, I'm probably going to take somebody who's a Sox fan. Kind of, I have extend the olive branch before we go to the game because I would be yelling at them the whole game. But yeah, it's kind of a little bit out of the way for me living here on the north side. But very good food, and I would definitely go back. So.
Now, is this restaurant typical for Bridgeport, or is it just sort of something a little bit new?
It is something a little new. You don't see, any sort of organic restaurants down there, but I do think that new things are coming in, and this is one of them.
All right. Jessica, you pick Nana. Sum it up for us.
Nana is for anyone that's looking to take a client from their business all the way to just like families, like you've said. I love their mission to support local farmers.
Okay, and Marcus.
Make it a brunch stop for you. You won't be disappointed.
All right, and Susan.
Chilaquiles sound like the winner.
Well, you can try the chilaquiles and much more at Nana's, 3267 South Halsted, 312-929-2486. They are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. Reservations are accepted, but not on weekends from 8 to 3. And the average tab per person without drinks is $22.